Good morning, everyone. So it's Monday morning. I'm still recovering. I'm super sick. Got 2 viruses. Try not to give it to my staff, but we got a BYD Shark. Well, this one's getting, the BYD Shark's getting a platform on the roof and a whole heap of lighting accessories on it as well. So this is our Phantom platform, and I know I've done a video on it, briefing about it, but I haven't actually shown how to install it. Oleg and I are going to be laying everything out now and just showing you how to install everything. We've got the whole kit over here. You get everything you need, all right? He's going to put also the side lights as well on this car today. So these are the grab handles. These go on each side and then the side lights go in it. Now, this customer's opted for just mounting it onto the factory roof rails up there. So you got the bracket here. This is going to mount onto the factory roof rail. So he's opted for this, all right? So we'll show you how to put this on the factory roof rail. It's pretty self-explanatory. It clamps on the rail and then it allows the platform to mount directly to the roof rail rather than removing the crossbars, which can be a factory roof rails, which can be a bit of a pain in the ass because you got to drop the whole roof lining to do so. But you can also do that with this kit. So it's a 2-in-1 kit. This is it on the ground. So these are your side backbone system, full aluminium construction, powder coated. And then you've got your badge that goes at the back here like this. All right, that get all mounted there. We've laid out all the crossbars as well. So we'll go through and show you how this all mounts. We've already put the pinch weld on the front. So you can see here, we've put the pinch weld along the front there. That sits along the roof lining so it doesn't damage it. But it's a pinch weld with a bit of a D-tube at the back, so a rubber tube so it doesn't wreck your roof. So that's gonna seal it, and this is how we've mounted it. So you've got your screws here, then you've got your rail that goes in the back system like that, all right? So Oleg's already done that, but we'll continue on and just go ahead and start assembling it. You also will get a tube of thread locker in the kit, so remember to use that on all your bolts, all right? Now just remember these come with only a flat washer, so you need to put thread locker on it, otherwise it'll vibrate out if you do any corrugated roads or four-wheel driving. So we're gonna make sure we put thread locker on these before assembling it, and then this will mount the backbone to the side rail. So we'll do that now, sorry, to the crossbars. All right guys, so see this, make sure your crossbars are always the right way, otherwise it won't look uniform. So what I mean by that is see your mounting holes are all the same way. Okay, so the badge on the side here goes on the side, and then the crossbar, the bolt holds that through here. So the bolts go in from the side and hold the badge on to the backbone and then into the crossbar. Now the reason there's a massive slot here is so it's adjustable dependent on the light bar that you install on the vehicle. Now in the kit you get a Torx, but we're going to use an impact drive just to speed things up a bit. So you get included in the Torx in the kit, so then you can go along and make sure they're all snug and tight. All right, now we're going to install one of our light bars on the front, so we'll show you how you do that. So Oleg's got the light bar, he's just putting the side bracket on there. All right, so now in the kit you'll get this bracket that'll come with the light bar, and obviously that bolt and washer and flat washer and spring washer goes to mount it to the light bar. And then on the kit that comes with the actual platform, you'll have these. All right, you've got a little square M6, and that square locks into the track, all right, and slides in from the middle, okay? So there's a slot, you slide it across to where you need it, and then you'll mount that on the track. And make sure when you do this, you use the middle hole, so that one there, okay? All right, and then you'll use this nut, and then a washer, okay, and then you need to put Loctite, put some more Loctite on here. Center the light bar from left to right. Once you've centered it, you can do up this M6, which will be a 10mm. Okay, so that's done up. Once that's done up, you can do your Allen key on the light bar as well. And just remember there's a protective film on the light bar as well that you'll need to peel off before using the light bar, okay? Okay, so make sure you peel that off. So that's what the light bar looks nice and fitted, looks flush. It sits just below this lip so that the air comes and goes over the light bar and doesn't create any whistling. And it's already got a Deutsch connector already on here, so if you buy it without wiring kit, you can just plug it straight in. Okay, these handles are gonna go on each side, so he's got one per side, so one will go on this side and one will go on the other side. So how these mount, right, is they go like this, okay? So you can put them anywhere along the side of your platform in these slots. So see these slots? They just go on this. This one's gonna go, specifically, the customers asked for it to go above the driver's door. So we're gonna put these here, and then the little lights go in behind it. So we're gonna put the lights in now. When wiring a platform, it is quite difficult to make it look neat with the wiring. Luckily, with our platform, we've got a little wire concealer. So this is it here, right? See this? Rack hidden wire brackets, all right? So you can option that on the website and add that to your order. So in that kit, you get these, right? Now, what do you do with that? It's a little 4-way cable tie, like mounting block. The cable tie can go through. So what that allows you to do is, you can put that into the track like that sits down like that, and then you turn it, and that locks in. So once that's locked in, it's not going anywhere. Now, you put the cable tie through from either corner of, right, 4 sides. But what the great thing about that is you can actually put it underneath. So you lock it in underneath, then your cable tie goes in, and then your wire goes across the crossbar to the other side. So you don't actually see it, it's all hidden. How nice is that? So you don't have wires like on the side or on top. So cool. Okay guys, so prior to tightening all these up, what I recommend doing is if you are using the track mount system onto the factory roof rails, you need to slide these bolts in to here prior to mounting all this. So we're just gonna undo this now, okay? And undo these two, and then put the bolt in from the end here, okay? And slide it down. So there'll be 8 on each track, okay? And that's gonna be where the brackets mount it to the factory rails. So wiring up the platform, all right, so we'll show you how to do that. We'll lift it up, we've already pre-wired it. So you can see here, you've got your side lights. Then we've got the wire running under here, runs under here. Underneath the bar, we've used the hidden clips underneath. Then it comes down here, another hidden clip there. Then we've split it off here because we're gonna have it switched on different circuits for left and right side. All right, so then that comes along there. So this is a 10-pack we've used on this. So we've skipped this one because that's fine. Got one picked up there, made it nice and tight, and then one going out the back. So that's how we've wired it, all right? And then you've got your tail, your pair going out the back. That's gonna be for your overhead lights. Now for the front, mount of the light bar, I've taped this. So there's a pair here, which is for your DRL. One will be for amber and one will be for Parker. So one will be white and one will be yellow. And that will plug on the passenger side. So this will stay under here. That'll get cable tied to that there underneath. This here will also go back this way, and that'll go down the driver's side of the windscreen. So I'll show you how they've done that. So if we come over to the car, you can see here, we've neatly got Coro and a pair of cables that are gonna run up the windscreen. So see this here? So that pair of thin cables, we're running it up the windscreen and we've hidden it. It's concealed behind this, and it'll come up and out the top. That's just for the Parkers and the DRL. You can see he's neatly run that. So look at that, you can't see any cables at all. So that's how we do it at Savage, nice and neat. All right, and then we've run our relay box here, Tank 500, Alpha and BYD relay box. So it's a positive trigger. We've hooked it up to the positive and negative. Okay, so the negative's going down here and then the positive will go into this here. We've piggybacked it here and that goes to your battery. All right, so we've put a piggyback on it, and that's just off the back of that fuse. This pair here is for our bull bar. Sorry, one's for blinker and one's for DRL. But we'll plug that in, okay? But the wiring instructions comes on the piggyback harness, so you know what to do. And then you've got your trigger as well. So this is going to your light bar, so that plugs into your piggyback box, all right? And that's your high beam trigger. That plugs in the relay box. Every time you pull your high beams on, it'll come on as well. Then we're gonna run this thin wire here. This thin wire here goes up the driver's side of the windscreen, comes up the top, it'll come out here nice and neat. It will go to the light bar on the roof. So there you go. Now just bear in mind here, when you're not removing the rails, it's very hard to earth it on the roof. So we've actually run 2 cables. This is custom. So we've run 2 cables down from here. So 1 earth and 1 positive coming under here. All right, and then that'll go to the light bar for the Deutsch connector on the light bar on the roof. Now, if you're removing the rails, you won't actually need to run an earth up here because you can earth it on the bolt on the roof. So just bear that in mind. If you're doing this option and you are wiring the light bar, you've got to get your cables up through here. You can get cable concealers. I think they look terrible. We try and conceal it behind the factory seal so you can't see anything at all. So that's where we're up to now. And then we'll get this platform over to the car and get it bolted on. We're at the roof rack stage. We're about to put it on the vehicle. This is the bracket that mounts the factory rails. That's how it comes. Imagine it sits like this. Each bracket is marked on the box, so don't mix it up. Rear, front, left, blah, 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 blah. It clamps on like that. Obviously you need to undo your nuts and washers. It's got a nylock spring washer and a flat. It's never coming off. All right, so you don't need nylock for this one. But that's how it fits onto there. So we're gonna leave that loose. I'm not even gonna do them up. And then the next one's gonna go at the front. It's gonna clamp on like that as well. We're not gonna do them up tight because we're gonna get the platform on here and then we can slide them and line them up. All right, slide them back and forth. And then we can do them up tight and then we can, remember we've already put the bolts that are in the track and the bolts will go straight down into this and then we'll do it up. Okay, so that's how it's mounted. All right, I've put the nuts on there loosely so we can still sort of pull it backward and forth if we need to move it in the right place. Okay guys, so we've got the brackets mounted onto the actual rails themselves, as you can see. All right, they're all done up nice and tight. Now we're gonna bring the platform over, but before we do that, I'm gonna tell you where to put these on your roof. All right, so as you can see here, we're sitting at 52 mil from that crack to here. So 52 mil from there. All right, and then on the back bracket, so from here you got 5, 6, 7, 8 mil. So 8 mil from that crack to here. All right, now that should give you, between the centers of this, you should be looking at 81. So bang on 81 between them, all right? And you do that for both sides, and then that'll make your platform nice and square where you want it on these particular brackets. Like that, and we'll jump up. Now it's sitting up at the moment because it's sitting possibly on the cables, which it is. So we're just gonna get the cable up and over and out of the way. So you can see the bolts drop now down to this. So we'll get our nuts and do these up. That's how it sits. It sits nice and flush on the front here. And if that is too tight down here, you can raise this up. So guys, we are done. Check it out. The platform's all mounted. All right, so see that there, that's amber. So headlights are on, that'll change to white now, you can see that. So when you're driving at night, it's white, and during the day, when you go back to, there you go, it's amber. So how cool is that, all right? Then we've got our beautiful lights. Nick will turn them on. So you got the right and left. I'll show you how they work inside, we'll jump in. That's how the platform looks. All right, you can see here, that's how it's mounted. All right, so we're using the factory rails. How cool is that? Now we've used 2 packets of those under tidy cable ties, all right? The 2 packets have been used. So we've used 2 because we just wanted to make the wiring look neat. And I'll just show you over here. You can see here, we've had to come over the rail. Obviously, if you're using the factory mounting brackets, you can keep this hidden underneath. But because the rail is here, you obviously can't go through the rail, so we've had to go over it. So we've had to just make that, and that's how nice and neat it looks. All down the side there, hidden beside the rail. And then we've come down the back here, through there, underneath, into the battery. Then inside, how cool is this? So this is our switch gear. So you've got left light, all right, it goes blue when on, and then your right light, blue when on. And then let's turn the light bar on. On, off. Super bright light bar. Absolutely ridiculous. So if you're thinking about, oh, I'm gonna get another brand on the market because you're like, oh, I don't know that brand. Well, let me tell you, I've tested it and I've tested many light bars, and it is a really, really, really bright light bar. It's ridiculous. I don't put cheap shit in our cars. There you go, that's what it looks like. So you got right light, light bar, left light, and the spare one. All right, and they all go blue. How cool is that? All right, so you can select that on our website. That's the little console that goes at the top there. Nice and neat. What do you reckon, Nick? All good, eh? Good work. Oh, you didn't even do anything. Oh, look, it's Rico's car. Look how sexy this is. So he's got the same platform on his. This is our Phantom series. All right, see that? Woo, nice and sexy. So he's got that platform on his. So, which is the same platform, but it comes with a ladder. Obviously, you don't need a ladder on this. But anyway, if you're mounting it to the factory roof, obviously you'll have to remove your roof liner and it'll use these holes. So you see these holes here? The bracket will mount to the factory bolts in the roof, but you have to remove the whole roof liner to be able to remove those, all right? So it'll mount here, and yeah, there you go. So this is mine, so it's using, I've got these mounted on the factory mounting holes on the roof, so it uses these brackets here, you can see. So there you go. So it just mounts on the side and then uses the factory holes. You gotta remove your whole roof liner to get these in. And this canopy is coming to market really shortly, so stay tuned, guys. This is the prototype. It's not as nice as the new one. The new one's all sleek and it's designed to fit the back of the Shark a little bit more nicer. It's all tapered. And yeah, anyway, woo! Thanks for joining us. I hope that clears any questions you had on mounting the Phantom platform on the BYD Shark 6. Thanks for joining us. Peace out. Have a good one.